March 15th, 2014, the Impact Chamber. 10 men go in. It's elimination rules until we have one man, and that man will be the IZW champion.
Brothers righteous have no problem crucifying the Savior on the tree of righteousness.
I'm coming out as the IZW champion. I will be forgotten no more.
Hashtag next IZW champion, the old school assassin.
When I step into the Impact Chamber and I walk through 9 other men and I become IZW champion.
9 men have said that they will win this match, and 9 men have lied.
An IZW championship that I will protect.
At Coronation, every member of the Force will be in there with me.
I'm smart. That's why no one's been able to take this from me, Double D. Not you or anyone else is gonna stop me from having the biggest celebration in the history of this company.
Surrounding the ring, the most terrifying structure known to professional wrestling, and 10 men are going to step foot in that chamber to compete for the richest prize in IZW, the IZW Championship.
And the card is definitely stacked with Johnny Z, but he does have the ace of the hole in the image of Fair Kevin Morgan. How will that come into play? The crowd is getting
you can sense
energy in the air.
You can sense the intensity as the champion makes his way to the ring right now. For almost 1 calendar year, Johnny Z has been the IZW champion. Ever since he was literally handed that title by the convict. But
I will say this right now, he has earned that belt at this point. We can make fun of him and say what we want. The matter is, the man has built this company, and the fact of the matter is now, he carries that belt and he has all but earned that title.
Because of that chamber,
Johnny Z is going to step foot into the most deadly environment that IZW knows. Johnny Z has been successful in Impact Chamber matches before. He has been the lone survivor in Impact Chamber matches on previous occasions, but he has never had as much at stake as he does tonight with that IZW title on the line.
I will tell you this, I was there the night he was carted out by the ambulance on a gurney. So there's a lot of history of Johnny Z in that Impact Chamber, a lot of memories. And you know what? He's had some good ones. I gotta believe those ones in the back of his mind where he's looking up at the lights being gurneyed out, those have got to stick in there too. Now, adding the fact that 8 men for sure that we know want to do the same thing again tonight because you're gonna have to do whatever it takes to become the IZW champion. And the fact of the matter is, you may have been handed a belt, but you're gonna have to pry that out of his old man hands and get that belt away from that man.
That belt signifies everything to Johnny Z, the prestige, the respect, the accomplishment of being identified as the best wrestler in IZW. and he has managed to evade the challenges of men like Copycat, men like Damon Windsor, and men like the man who he will be standing opposite against here, I believe, as this match begins.
The number 2 entry.
The number 2 entry. The captain of the force.
That Flipper Martin, when he made this match, the first 2 entrants in there that he put in it was your IZW champion, Johnny Z, and this man, the captain of the force, Double D.
Double D, a former IZW champion, winning that title in a triple threat TLC match on September 15th of 2012. He held it for about 6 months, but for the entirety of 2013 after losing that title, as well as all of 2014 so far, he has been denied the opportunity to put that championship back around his waist. Tonight, will we see Double D once again climb to the top of the mountain and be the IZW champion?
I don't know. I do not know that. My favorite, I'm going to be favorite coming in tonight is Copycat. Copycat man by hook or by crook somehow comes out better than ever. Copycat, I make no bones about this. Copycat is my favorite to win. So I think the only goal that Double D's going to have on tonight is the goal that he is wearing with those new trunks, those new kickbacks.
Double D showing absolutely no fear as he steps into the impact chamber, ascends to the top. And right there, Johnny Z holds aloft the one thing that all 10 of these men Johnny Z now showing this off to the assembled crowd as we await for the official beginning of this match from ring announcer Anna Lynn Storm. The tension is so high as both of these men know everything that is at stake here.
Johnny Z! Johnny Z! Johnny Z! Johnny Z! Johnny Z! You suck! You suck! You suck! You suck!
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your main event.
instructions have been made now as referee Brock Landers holds up the IZW Championship belt. That is what it is all about.
Brock Landers looking very nervous, and as well he should be. Being the man to be the roles in the ring. Oh my goodness.
Both of these men, bell sound and we are underway, and both of these men now committed to beginning this Impact Chamber match. And Mikhail, I gotta think this is a huge disadvantage for both these men to start this match. They are going to have to fight their way through 8 other men and survive the appearance of 8 other men in order to have the opportunity to walk out of here.
Oh, no doubt about that. I'll tell you what, Double D built to go, built for show. There's no doubt about it. A true athlete here in IZW. Johnny Z, a different kind of athlete, more methodical, finds his things out. Very good breathing. I tell you what, I think if any 2 men I could pick that could start off 1 and 2 and finish this thing, it would be both of these guys.
And we're going to find that out tonight. As Johnny Z now rakes the eyes of Double D across that top rope. Johnny Z on the offensive. And Johnny Z is going to have to use a lot of that methodical power, methodical strategy to take down Double D as well as any of the other competitors.
In there with some true aggression right there.
Double D now firing back in the corner. And C drops D onto that top turnbuckle.
And let's not forget, Brock Landers, he's only in there to call eliminations, to make the pinfall, to make sure that the submission is earned. That is his only job tonight. This is, besides getting the hell out of people's way, his only job tonight is to make the pinfall or to call a submission.
Brock Landers in a very dangerous environment, and he has very little authority in there outside of calling those pinfalls or submissions, as you said.
I want to, as far as just planning for this kind of match, how much physical energy do you want to exert early on? I mean, these 2 guys know each other well, and I know they want to get early elimination, but they both know they're not going to get that. I mean, let's just be honest. They both know, and they're both aware. So how much do you conserve? How much do you hold back? Because you know what? This thing could go on all night.
They are going to have to go a great distance with entrance occurring approximately every 5 minutes. They're going to have to be built to take this match for almost a full hour's worth of time, both of these individuals. This is, beyond a doubt, the most important match in IZW history. So much on the line here as these 2 competitors.
No doubt about that, are the most important match in IZW's history. And it has to be here. Why not have the most important match in IZW? That Coronation. The biggest pay-per-view of them all. The biggest show of them all. Of course, we're going to have the most important match here in IZW.
Double D with a knife-edge chop. Across, repeated ones. 4, 5, 6. Is he going to get all the way up to 10, 8, 9? They stopped short of 9.
The crowd's feeling it. He's looking to the force.
As D signals the force, and down goes Johnny Z. D now down for the cover. Could he take Z out early? No.
Johnny Z, his face was cringing. He knew it was coming, and he could not stop it. The force is strong tonight. Oh!
Double D rammed head first into the steel chamber as it surrounds the ring. That steel will rip and tear the flesh off of your body.
No. We saw it earlier. Mark Wilson, Jeffrey Wolfenbarger threw on Mark Wilson, and immediately Mark Wilson started to bleed. So this thing will rip the flesh. I said earlier, it will rip the flesh off bone.
Johnny Z now hooking both legs of Double D, and he's dragging him back off the ropes, dumping him straight down on his back. And now Z with a reverse chin lock, wearing down the first challenger to his IZW title.
This is a smart move for Johnny Z. He is sitting there putting all the weight on Double D. Double D's champion. Double D is going.
And here we go, the countdown as we approach the next entrant into the Impact Chamber. Who is it gonna be?
Oh, wait for the music.
Well, it's one of the Brothers Righteous.
Oh, Striker.
5 years ago today, Striker, with Nathan Sensation as his partner, won the IZW Tag Team Championship at March Mayhem. He is a 3-time IZW Tag Team Champion. He has never held singles gold here in IZW.
And that is very shocking there.
For someone with a lengthy career that Striker's had.
He's held major titles in every organization he has competed in, singles as well as tag team titles.
The Brothers Righteous teaming together with Johnny Z very recently. And there seems to be no particular connection. There was a temporary alliance of sorts, but the Brothers Righteous made it very clear. One night, we'll agree, we'll work together. But when we come to the Impact Chamber, all that's set to the side.
The Righteous Men, they gave their word on that night. Hey, we will be by your side. Become Coronation. Come March 15, 2014. We want to be the IZW Championship champion, and we do not care who has that belt, including you. You call yourself a savior, but you're not righteous.
Right now, Striker playing a very interesting game, a very smart game, letting both of the other men exert the energies in order perhaps to wear each other down. One of them could eliminate the other, and that would save a lot of time and effort for Striker.
Johnny Z directing traffic right now.
A bit of an alliance here, a 2-on-1 situation against Double D. Striker delivering the elbow down, but only gets a 1 count out of it.
Very casual cover. Now look at Johnny Z. Look how he just played Striker. He saw Striker just sitting there resting, and now Johnny Z somehow got Striker to start taking over, and now he is resting.
Striker working over the limbs, the lower extremities of Double D. It's going to be difficult to get out of the way of his competitors if this chamber begins to fill up the way that we very well could if you can't stand up.
Again, Johnny Z directing traffic right here. Double D is in the worst way right now because Striker seems to be very much on the same page with Johnny Z right now.
Striker and Z working in tandem against Double D, double Irish whip. Going for a high elevation, D stalling, D takes him down, double DDT!
Double DDT! I see what you did there, Bernard. Unbelievable! Double D fighting night! The force is strong tonight! The counter of the force is feeling it!
The IZW world vocally in support of the captain of the force, making it very clear that they want him to be able to defeat both these men, that he is a front runner, I'm sure, for their desires to be the new IZW champion as D goes for pinfalls. Comes up short on both of them.
If anybody is the fan's choice, it's got to be Double D. Double D. He calls the fans his force. The force is actually the fans. This guy gives everything he's got for the fans. So of course he's got to be a strong favorite just from the people out there tonight and people watching at home.
He is now back Striker into a corner, but Johnny Z from behind, clubbing forearm, drops D back into the corner, and again, Johnny Z with those leadership skills, with that ability to compel people to do what he wants, as both men now hoist Double D onto the top turnbuckle.
I'm very impressed with Johnny Z right now. Somehow he has kept Striker on the same page with him because he knows not only is it the most important match for him in defining his career, it's the most important match in
double noggin knocker, and both Johnny Z and Striker driven off that second rope. D
drop kick,
taking both men out with a drop line drop kick.
And you hear the crowd starting to get behind Double D again. The force is trying to get there to
Double D going for a pin and a 2 count.
Double D smartly going for the pin every time. Double D understands the importance of this, the most important match in IZW history. He understands that.
Double D knows that if he can take one of these men out, just one, it will make the odds a little bit easier for him to handle as he faces a potential 3-on-1 situation for whoever the next person is. We don't know. It's all chosen randomly.
Randomly chosen. That is right. That is a very...
And here we go. The countdown.
Everybody waiting in anticipation.
The hush over the crowd as they await the arrival of the next person in. And oh man, this is not good for Double D. That's Impact Elite's music. That means the image of fear. Kevin Morgan on his way to the ring. Kevin Morgan, who has said he will defend Johnny Z. He will do what it takes to make sure that Johnny Z retains the IZW Championship. He is in there as a bodyguard of sorts, and now an interesting face-off there between Morgan and Stryker.
He gives the thumbs up to Johnny Z. He knows this is the most important match in IZW history. He looked at Johnny Z, he said the title is safe, boss.
I can't help but wonder, though, that Kevin Morgan remembers what it was like February 13th, 2010 at Violent Valentine when he beat O'Malley in an Otis qualification match to become the IZW champion.
Hey man, you know what? I don't think that Kevin Morgan exists anymore. The one who had his own agenda. I think he has one agenda, and that is making Johnny Z.
Launched like a lawn dart, head first into the cage, and Double D looks prone and primed for the picking.
Again, Kevin Morgan looking over at Johnny Z for approval. That is the only thing he is looking for at this time. It is weird to me that as good as Kevin Morgan is and how great Kevin Morgan can be, he will put that all aside for one man.
Johnny Z having Kevin Morgan do all the dirty work as he stands to the side. Morgan, obviously the fresh man, as you see a running power slam right there. Now Stryker stepping over. Picking up Double D, hooking deep, belly to belly suplex with authority. And opening things up for Johnny Z, motioning to Johnny Z. What's he got in mind here? Double D appears to be ouch. He has not moved since taking that belly-to-belly suplex.
Again, Johnny Z needs to make that cover. The damage is done.
And somehow,
he kicked out. Double D kicked out.
And Z now once again trying to give, but no. Z now hooking the leg, and Johnny Z, look at the desperation.
He's pissed now. Look at this.
4 pinfalls in a row, and every single time, Double D kicks out at 2.
Johnny Z just realized what he just done. An opportunity to get rid of Double D, but instead he wanted to let the fans know they suck and come back to fight him on that big old chuckle butt. Again. This is
Johnny Z standing in the middle, and we know how this looks. As Johnny Z begins to feel.
You need to get out of the corner, D. You need to get out of the corner.
D, you need to move. If you're going to survive, you got to move. Johnny Z aimed, but there was no one at home.
Quickly going over to check on Johnny Z right there.
And Stryker concerned as well.
Surprisingly.
And D now scooping up Morgan. Trying again for a quick pinfall there. Got a 2 count out of it.
Smart move by Double D. Let's get Kevin Morgan out of the way.
Stryker taking over. Fists and knees to the head of the captain of the force.
You can crack a skull like that. Now Kevin Morgan
cinching in the rear chin lock as Striker urges Double D simply to give up. But Double D knows this is the most important match in IZW history.
No doubt about it. You said it best. The most important match in IZW history. I'll say that. We should have made shirts, man. The most important match in IZW history. We should have put that on the back of the Coronation shirt. Man, missed opportunities right there.
Morgan now picking up D, controlling him by the neck. And looking like he's gonna go for the moment of fear. D able to block it, delivers a knee to the head.
That knee caught Kevin Morgan right on the chin.
And now rams Morgan's head into the side of the impact chamber, but Johnny Z, the numbers game. Double D cannot continue to fight off all these people. He has got to have some help. And we've got another entrant coming. This may be the make or break opportunity for Double D if he doesn't get someone in there to give him some assistance. Well, he's got to go. The winner of the 2013 Monsters Bash Battle Royal, the man who never was able to capitalize on that IZW Championship. He got one shot at Chaotic Christmas in a triple threat match. Copycat wants to prove himself here by walking out.
Everybody gets a fast press. Everybody gets a fast press when Copycat's in town.
I mean, honestly, I guess we shouldn't be surprised. Every man for himself in this chamber, as Double D thought that perhaps he was going to get a break. Now Kevin Morgan moving in. Morgan.
I don't know what's going on there.
He's been all trapped up in the corner. As it looked like, no!
Double D got away. Oh, Double D with a kick. Taking Kevin Morgan right off his feet.
He's somehow able to pull off the kick at the top. And Johnny Z with a running boot. Straight to the face.
Right there, that could end it right there for Double D. Double D. The former IZW champion himself. Let's not forget that.
Copycat taking over on Striker. Copycat, a former IZW Tag Team Champion.
Kevin Morgan going out there with him with big misses like that.
But like Striker, he's never held singles gold here in IZW. We are halfway through the entrance to this most important match in IZW history. As these five men have battered and bruised each other.
No doubt.
And Johnny Z just took his own bulldog from Double D. To float over.
Copycat just going crazy right now. Copycat right now is showing he's standing tall amongst everyone else. Oh.
Copycat trying to force Kevin Morgan into the back in the corner there. Johnny Z attacks him from the back.
In the crowd behind Double D.
It's becoming more and more like a train wreck as there are bodies all over the impact chamber. And there is still more to come. 5 more competitors set to make their way into this match.
Striker has Double D in the corner.
Right now, Kevin Morgan and Striker, the two most dominant men in the situation.
Big kick by Kevin Morgan on the Copycat. Again, going over to check on Johnny Z.
Striker dumping Double D in the middle of the ring, going in for the pin, hooks the leg.
Again, Double D. How much of this guy can take, man? This guy is like Energizer Bonnie. He just keeps going and going and going. And why not? This is the most important match in IZW history.
Striker now picking up Double D as Kevin Morgan stalks, looks, looking very dangerous as he's dealing with Copycat. D with a running forearm. But before D can make it over to really execute the pin. Johnny Z cutting him off, hitting him from behind.
Kevin Morgan with a big right hand on the copycat, man. He's a one-punch artist right there, man. You can turn the lights out just like that with one shot. That's the advantage of being a big man. Like, oh, wait a minute, Smoke Huggins by Copycat.
Copycat almost causing the first elimination in this match. Remember, fans, eliminations come pinfall or submission only. There's no other way to be eliminated from the match. And we have had 0 so far. That chamber is getting awfully full. We still have 5 more people to come.
That time is coming up.
Striker rammed headfirst by Copycat into the turnbuckle. And now Copycat taking over on Kevin Morgan. But is met straight right hand by Johnny Z.
Johnny Z, Copycat did not see that coming at all and went for a ride right there. Look at Johnny Z continuing looking into the crowd, feeling it. Oh, wait a minute!
Copycat rolls in. And you can see Kevin Morgan right there to the defense of his savior.
You saw the shock. There was a look of, oh my gosh, I almost messed up in Kevin Morgan's eyes. Johnny Z looking intently to the ref. He's curious. He's just as curious as anybody else.
We all wait and wonder who the next arrival will be. And it's big business Damon Windsor, the man who came so close so many times to becoming the IZW champion.
And the crowd solidly behind Big Business. I can't believe it right now.
Big Business cleaning house on just about everybody. But focused right now.
You get a hip toss.
On the natural born leader, Johnny Z. Now delivering those elbows. Oh, miscalculation there. And now Windsor, who is no strangers with Kevin Morgan either. Windsor taking on both members of Impact Elite. But Windsor finally hit by Striker.
Put that axe handle right into the heart of Damon Windsor right there. Wait a minute, Copycat's going for the cover. Wait, Double D's going for the cover. I'm sorry. There's just so many.
There's so much action going on here. We apologize, fans. Sometimes it just gets the better of us. But when you've got the most important match in IZW history, it sometimes becomes a little overwhelming. Copycat and Damon Windsor, you see a little communication between them. They formed an interesting partnership of recent weeks.
No doubt about
and working together, that will be an advantage at this time. But it can't last forever eventually.
No doubt. The IZW Championship's on the line. 10 years of Impact, the most important match in IZW history. You gotta believe neither one of these guys want to walk out of here disappointed. And sadly enough, at least one of them will.
Windsor now preparing to launch Copycat up reversal as Windsor is driven into the midsection of Striker, and then Copycat uses him as a stepping stone to deliver a well-placed knee right to the face. Down for the cover, and again Striker able to get out of 2.
I tell you what, right now, this just shows you how important the IZW Championship. Not only is this the most important match in IZW history, but it is for the richest prize in IZW. Like we keep saying, it is for all the marbles. Everybody gets into this business to be the champion of the whole company. And that's what they're all fighting for. In the most important match in IZW history, the IZW Championship, which right now is held by the natural born leader, Johnny Z. But for how long?
Once again, somehow, D is able to find reserves in order to kick out of the pin attempt by Johnny Z. 2 pin attempts right there in the middle of the ring. We are 6 competitors in. We have 4 remaining.
Kevin Morgan just stalking Damon Windsor. These 2 guys, one time, former IZW Tag Team Champions. A great tag.
One of the most dominant tag teams ever in IZW.
The best looking manager that every team has had in the lifetime of IZW. the truth and inside scoop right here. You want to talk about shoot? They really didn't like each other. The fact of the matter is, the Kevin Morgan that I knew at that time wanted to be IZW champion anyway. He didn't want to be in the tag team, but he did it at the time because he knew that's what we needed to get done.
And Kevin Morgan has been decimating people right and left in this chamber. Kevin Morgan at this point the only man vertical in the match.
Again, going to check on Johnny Z.
Conversing with Johnny Z, perhaps getting orders from his leader.
How can, can you imagine having that kind of control over a human being like Kevin Morgan, the image of fear? I mean, that is just, in itself, is disturbing. Because if you can control a man's mind like that, especially, that is a weapon. That is a walking weapon. That's what Kevin Morgan is. That was the image of fear. He's a walking weapon. And Johnny Z is going to use him. This is the most important match in IZW history. And Johnny Z is going to use Kevin Morgan to the hilt. To the hilt. To the hilt.
Morgan and Windsor now facing off on one side of the impact chamber. You see the destination of bodies there. Morgan, Irish whipping David Windsor. Windsor ducks the clothesline. And both men now laid out in the middle of the ring. Striker on his way over. Get a hold of Copycat. And Striker whips Copycat face first. And here we go.
The match is coming in.
Competitor, our next entrant into the impact chamber. Well, here's the dark horse.
There we go.
The man that honestly seems to be the least likely person to be in the impact chamber. And where's Sonomiyaki?
Get out of the way. What's going on here?
Miyagi appears to have been laid out in the back. Commissioner Sean McHale has gone down to address the situation. Soto's not moving. Commissioner McHale trying to revive Soto Miyagi. Well, we've got, obviously Soto Miyagi can't compete right now, but we seem to have some sort of last minute substitution, some other entrant. Oh, fans, could this be true? Is it real? Is he back? You saw the look on Johnny Z's face! It's him! Brandon Bishop! Brandon Bishop is back in IZW! The war between Brandon Bishop and Johnny Z is once again in effect! As Bishop mounts the top rope, comes off somersault flip. And Brandon Bishop and Johnny Z now stare at each other. Corner to corner, and Johnny Z goes down. Bishop wailing on Johnny Z. Bishop Bishop drops a leg on Z. Moves in for the cover, 2. Only 2. Commissioner Sean McHale making his way back to ringside area.
That dastardly being Brandon. Man, surprise, wasn't it?
Surprise!
Surprise! I'm a damn genius. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, Brandon Bishop has certainly made his presence felt in the Impact Chamber. And right now, Copycat feeling the moment of fear from Kevin Morgan. And Copycat has been eliminated. And Copycat, the first elimination.
Wow, I did not see that coming at all. I had him picked as my favorite to win this tonight. And just like that.
Copycat out of the Impact Chamber. 6 men remain. 3 more people still to enter in. And now Damon Windsor and Kevin Morgan taking over on each other once again.
Johnny C, it looks like he's fighting it. Fighting for it.
Morgan and Bishop absolutely wailing on each other.
Oh no!
Oh, I don't think that was what Stryker intended to do. Stryker with the moment of fear executed on him. And Stryker is removed from this as well.
He did his Damon Windsor wisely pushing Stryker into Kevin Morgan, who got hit with the moment.
Now Windsor chop blocking the leg, the knee of Kevin Morgan. I'll get that eventually, fans. Brandon Bishop. We never thought we'd see Brandon Bishop again. We thought he was out. We thought his back was too severely injured to ever compete.
Are you kidding me? I got Big Ben and Damon Windsor at the top of the screen, and I got Brandon Bishop at the bottom of the screen. Is it my birthday? Is it my birthday? Somebody tell me.
Windsor with the elbow from the top, and oh! Again, so close. George Knight with pin. Oh, I thought that was 3 there as well, but just 2. As Bishop continues to work over Johnny Z, Kevin Morgan and Damon Windsor beating each other up. And Double D using this opportunity.
Look at that! Big knees to the nose! That's compacting that neck. That's flooring the back of that skull.
Bishop once again with a pin there. Referee George Knight out of position. That might have very well been a 3 count if Knight had been on that side. Morgan now picking up Double D. He's slipping off, going moonlight drive. Oh, again, how close can you be? Kevin Morgan at the absolute last moment, kicking out of the pin attempt by Double D. And now Damon Windsor.
Damon Windsor just going after Double D now.
There are no friends in the Impact Chamber.
This is the most important match in IZW history. Of course, Damon Windsor is going to go after Double D. You got to get rid of Double D just like you got to get rid of everybody else.
And one more entrant now positioned to make his way to the Impact Chamber. Who is it going to be?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Randy Price. The man who was hand-chosen by Jeff Wolfenbarger to be his eyes and ears, but who turned his back on those responsibilities to continue a personal issue with Bad Brad Michaels.
Oh, big back elbow.
history to hold 2 titles simultaneously. He was Impact Division Champion and Tag Team Champion at the same time. He has never been IZW Champion.
Tonight could be the night for Randy Price. I tell you what, last week a big win over the Bronze Bull. Coming in tonight to the most important match in IZW.
And the week before that, a big win over Double D as well.
That's right. 2 big feathers in your cap right there. That's a lot of momentum coming into tonight.
Putting out 2 former IZW champions like that shows that Randy Price is prepared. He's determined to walk out of this as the IZW champion.
Randy Price showing no allegiance. Wait a minute.
Price chopping everything in sight. And Price being put down as both Johnny Z coming off with the Bulldog from the second rope, but Double D hooks the leg. This could be it. No!
That was Randy Bishop threw David Winter into the fence. That's what I'm talking about right now. 2 guys, great friends outside of this, but when you're involved in the most important match in IZW history, all that goes out the window because we're talking about the richest prize in the game. Here tonight, the IZW Championship being defended in the Impact Chamber, which is in fact the most important match in IZW history.
The chaos continues to fill the chamber as Kevin Morgan goes for a diving splash on Double D in the corner. D moves, and now Winters rolls up Kevin Morgan, but Johnny Z with a rake to the eyes.
Yeah, it's like a ball went up in that ring, and there's just bodies everywhere. There must be like 17 minutes.
And Double D now with a well-placed dropkick. All of these men making a superhuman effort as they know what's at stake in this match. Randy Price now going to work on the leg of Double D. Hooks that leg in a pin attempt, but only good for 2.
Oh my gosh. There's just so much carnage around, man. This is crazy. Randy Price in the corner, holding his jaw right now. Taking a break.
Bishop running in. Posterior first into the face and head of Kevin Morgan.
Kevin Morgan and Brandon Bishop, no strangers against each other in the Impact Chamber. I tell you this, just last summer, I saw Brandon Bishop chop the living crap out of Kevin Morgan's back.
Price with a knee lift to Brandon Bishop, who pokes the eyes on his way down. Johnny Z rolling Bishop up for a pin, but only good enough for 2.
Brandon Bishop smartly throwing the high poke out there right before he went down on Randy Price.
Johnny Z cinching in, and perhaps it's a sleeper on Brandon Bishop. And Bishop pulling the hair of Johnny Z.
You want to talk about a dog collar chain match right there. Those guys right there wrote the book on the damn thing.
I was there for their dog collar chain match, front row. One of the most brutal things I've ever seen. That was 5 years ago, no, 6 years ago. And the bad blood between the 2 of them has still not quelled. I think it will go on until both men are dead. Double D! Drop kick to Kevin Morgan.
This could be it for Kevin Morgan.
Oh! I have lost track of the number of close 2 counts we have had in this match. And we still have 2 men to come. One of them on his way now.
It's gotta be O'Malley.
Or Brad Michaels, one of the 2. Those are the only 2 left. And it is Brad Michaels. And Michaels making a direct path this deeply personal issue with Randy Price.
I tell you what, Brad Michaels, when I was talking to him earlier, I don't know how much focus as he wants to be on that championship. I think he's more focused on getting Randy Price out of there first, and then he'll get back to business.
Brad Michaels, one of the earliest IZW Impact Division champions, winning it for the first time November 17th, 2007.
Get out of here. Man, Brad Michaels, you know what? I would tell you this, man. You want to talk about natural born leader as well. Man, Brad Michaels.
Look at Michaels.
Conducting everything. Oh, wait a minute.
Michaels appeared to be trying to form a coalition, if you will, with many of the remaining wrestlers in there. And now Windsor picking Kevin Morgan up, planting him in the middle of the ring.
Wait a minute.
Bishop off the second rope with a diving leg drop. And Double D positioning himself as well.
The crowd knows what's coming up here.
D rallying support from the crowd as he hits the crossbody. But he couldn't hook the leg, he couldn't make the pin. Randy Price off the top rope as well with a frog splash. And Kevin Morgan is out of here.
Randy Price made the cover.
Well, now Johnny Z is in a bit of a pickle because his defense is gone.
I tell you this right now, Randy Price, that may have been the biggest mistake he made, or maybe the smartest, depending on how this thing ends.
Price now being set for a pile driver. Brad Michaels put Randy Price out. They thought Price would never wrestle again. Price reverses. Slingshots Michaels into the cage.
Face first. Right in his face. Right in his face. That was the blood. Brad Michaels is busted open. Oh, you just see the fin.
You can see the viciousness on Randy Price's face as he rakes the face across the cage.
You can see the skin just ripping from his skull as he raked him across. Good fins, oh my God.
And Price looks thrilled to have Brad Michaels' blood on his hands.
He looked at his hands, admiring the work that he had done. He admired the work that he had done. Bad Brad Michaels.
We have
6 men.
6 men in the ring.
We have 1 left.
And he's the biggest man of them all.
Big Will the Beast. A big man. A big righteous man.
There's a
former IZW champ.
The first one ever.
First, you want to talk about first ever, that's right. The first ever IZW champion. And how much do you think he wants to be champion?
All these men want to be able to walk away from this match as the IZW champion. I think a few of them right now are just going to be happy to walk away. The amount of blood that Brad Michaels has lost right now has got to be a massive problem for him.
That's a lot of blood.
He may be out of this match a lot faster than he expected.
And all that blood getting into his eyes is going to mess up his vision. I tell you what, this is that cut on his head. All that blood is going to be a detriment to him if he can't somehow get it cleaned up and get away from everybody for a few minutes to get cleaned up somehow. But where? Who's the expect? I don't know.
Damon Windsor with multiple pin attempts on Randy Price. Now Price once again back to Brad Michaels, trying to make that wound ever bigger. Just ripping the forehead of Brad Michaels open.
Man, that tells you the magnitude of that feud between Randy Price and Brad Michaels. Both men trying to put each other out permanently out of the business.
Johnny Z now with a pin attempt on Double D. D out the back door there. Price over with a pin attempt on Michaels, but Windsor breaks that up before George Knight could even make it over. And Windsor levels Price. And here we go, fans. Number 10, the last man in the Impact Chamber. He was the first ever IZW champion, May 8th, 2004. He beat the new Dr. X in a tournament final. wants to do it again tonight for the 4th time.
Looks focused right now.
O'Malley.
After the brothers righteousness help. Walks with his head held high. Of course he wants to be the IZW champion. And I did Big Vince's name and wins. I don't care about none of it. There's no love lost between these two.
And all the power of the punch from O'Malley puts down Windsor and takes him out just like that. Wow!
You want to talk about the history of IZW? You can't forget O'Malley and Bad Brad Michaels as well.
O'Malley and Bad Brad Michaels with one of the most vicious dog collar chain matches I have ever personally witnessed put Brad Michaels into retirement.
I tell you what, if you look around, look, you've got Brandon Bishop, Johnny Z. You've got Double D, Johnny Z. You've got Double D, Brandon Bishop. You've got O'Malley, who has been in everybody. Randy Price as well. I mean, there is a lot of history between these men that are standing in the ring, and why not? This is 10 years of impact. Of course, these men would be in the center of the ring right now, fixing to do battle.
Well, they seem to have picked off sides, and now the 6 remaining combatants pairing off. O'Malley and Bishop, long-term issues there, dating into ACW in Wichita Falls. Johnny Z and Double D, long-storied feud that between the two of them as Bishop goes crashing into the side, thanks to O'Malley.
There's not a lot of room in there, and Bishop is squeezed in there.
The carnage, the destruction of this match.
Stalking Bishop right now. Look at this.
O'Malley's waiting, and I don't think it's going to be a good turnout. Running head first, impacting, he's throwing his entire weight onto the body of Brandon Bishop, who was trapped between the ring ropes and the steel cage.
Brandon Bishop holding his face a little. Now wait a minute.
Putting Johnny Z down.
Stealing another move from Johnny Z. He did a float over DDT.
Now O'Malley picking up Double D and ramming him into the corner.
That's a real hug out there, like a big old Kodiak.
Now issuing a chop to the chest of Double D.
You know, the frustration definitely on Randy Price's face. Nobody is wanting to give up right now. Nobody. The IZW Championship is on the line. This is Coronation. 10 years of impact. Who doesn't want to win the title tonight?
Randy Price now out to face Double D in the middle of the ring. D, innovative move there. Putting Price down.
Yeah, I see there. Who? There's just so much going on. You can say a name and you might be right.
And O'Malley picked up. Oh God! Oh my God! A senton while holding Double D. O'Malley crashing with all his weight onto Randy Price. And Michaels with two super kicks, forcing O'Malley to crash on top of Price.
Wait a minute. Is that a double?
Is it? I don't know. What's George Knight going to say?
Wait a minute. Oh,
Well,
O'Malley's gone as well.
Price and O'Malley both out of the impact chamber. We are down to 4 men.
Johnny Z very smart right there. Saw O'Malley's bell was wrong. Got the quick cover and got O'Malley out of there.
Bishop in one corner, bloodied. Out to clobber Johnny Z. Brad Michaels in another corner, also bloodied. Double D, Johnny Z having gone from step 1 of this match and our
Bishop is feeling it right now.
Bishop hoisting Z up on his back. Turning him around. Oh, runs right into a super kick. And Brandon Bishop is out of the match.
We are down to 3 men.
3 men.
2 of them, Double D and Johnny Z.
Brandon Bishop, I'm not certain he's completely aware of where he is or what just happened to him.
Opportunity.
And now you have the current IZW champion in Johnny Z, a former IZW champion in Double D, a man who tried at Violent Valentine to become the IZW champion. He's never held that title in the form of Brad Michaels.
This does not look good for Johnny Z.
Not for Johnny Z right now. It is 2-on-1. Johnny Z now knows what it was like to be Double D at the beginning of this match. As he begs off and says, look, let's figure something out.
Johnny's willing to do it. Hey, let's all be friends here.
And Z now trying to climb up and maybe go over the top. That's not an elimination.
That is definitely not elimination. Said right at the very beginning. Johnny Z trying to make his way down. Oh no, he is in a bad spot right
Johnny
now.
Z hanging perilously over the top there. Caught by both men.
Oh, this is not going to be good. What are the chances of Johnny Z coming out of this impact chamber now?
Well, Mikhail, we've seen Johnny Z overcome so many odds. Right there, a pin by Double D.
What? Push him off.
As Michaels, both of them want to be the man to eliminate the champion. And now it's broken down between D and Michaels. We saw them last week in the main event.
Pride is a hell of a sin right now. Pride is a hell of a sin.
And both of them doing Johnny Z's work for him. I think Johnny Z is busted open now too. Oh, excuse me.
Who's he? Oh!
Michaels impacting on the rope. Dropping D, launch first across the top rope.
Why? You had Johnny Z.
And all 3 competitors, the last 3 men in this match, worn to the point of exhaustion.
The smartest man in the world, Johnny Z.
As Johnny Z sees Double D in the corner, he sees his moment.
How this man has pulled this off as a...
He's off the rope, there's the super kick. Michaels with the super kick, 1, 2.
Oh, Johnny Z, get down, oh my gosh.
Johnny Z, Double D, off the top rope. And now with Brad Michaels.
We started with 2 men. The 2 men that first started this match off are the final 2 in the ring. The IZW Johnny Z and Double D. The crowd.
And D feels it. You can see D beating off the members of the Force. Oh, he runs straight into a big boot from Johnny Z as Johnny Z collapses in the corner.
My goodness. I can't believe it. I know I said earlier if any 2 men could do it, it would be these 2 men. I did not expect them to both be here at the very end. This is unbelievable. This is
one of these 2 men.
Amazing. This is what Coronation is all about.
As Johnny Z goes in for the pin. Oh! One of these 2 men will be the IZW champion. but they have thrown so much at each other. I can't imagine what it's going to take for one to put the other one out.
Johnny Z, oh man. I am still shocked by this whole turn of events here.
Double D.
It's all coming.
D with the educated knees. D going in. Trying to go for the bulldog. Johnny Z with the final impact. As he rolls D over, I think this is it. 1, 2, and go!
Double D kicked out a final impact. How many minutes Johnny Z put away with that? That is his second go-to move. Besides that big move, that is usually all she wrote.
Double D surviving one more time. As Johnny Z picks up D. And D with an E. D with a leaping knee to the head. And another one.
That's how John goes outside there.
There's a third and a fourth. Driving John back against the ropes. D scaling the cage. D up to the top. D off the top. Down on Z. 2. No! The entire IZW world thought for sure that was it. It can't come any closer than that. Oh no! No!
The man who gave Johnny Z the title to begin
He's back! The convict! Convict has returned! Convict! We haven't seen Convict in months!
and Double D's heart just sank.
And Convict making his way! Convict now standing. Convict has ripped the door off the impact chamber.
Double D.
Convict making his way to the ring. And Double D, who has fought his way through 8 other people. Convict.
Wait a minute. Convict.
15 to 20.
The man who gave Johnny Z the championship to begin with.
He literally handed it to him.
Is giving it back to him tonight, March 15, 2014. A decade of impact ends just like this. I cannot believe this. Johnny Z,
We should have known.
smartest man.
What?
Wait a minute.
Convict grabs Z. 15 to 20 on Johnny Z.
What does this mean? What does this mean?
Convict has laid out both men. And now Convict exiting the chamber.
What does this mean?
Convict has laid waste to both men.
The ridicule. Everything that Impact Elite has put that poor man through the Convict and all came back and fit them on the keister.
Convict making his way back after laying out both men and Double D now. Double D has made it to his feet. Double D going to the outside of the chamber. Come on. D now
Making his way to the top.
scaling his way to the top of the chamber. D perched on that top railing.
That's a long way down, Burnham.
of the captain of the Force as we see the IZW locker room empty. Jeff Wolfenbarger, Angel Bloom is dyslexia, Brad Michaels, Damon Windsor, the KC Wolves, Frank Gallows, all on their way into the ring. Copycat on his way down as well. All here to congratulate the new IZW champion, the man who has ended the one-year reign of Johnny Z. Here comes Bobby Starr and the Bronze Bull. And Johnny Z extending his hand. Johnny Z with a show of congratulations to Double D. Brandon Bishop now in there. Johnny Z raising the hand of the new IZW champion.
Just like that, Johnny Z tipped his hat to him, threw the arm down in discussion. He will walk away. Johnny Z will live to fight another day. Believe you that.
Double D, victorious, hoisted by his fellow members, fans, 10 years down. We want you to be here for another 10 years worth of time. But you see here, Double D being hoisted by everyone. The celebration continues.
A decade of